Hello everybody, Jamie the Board Game Man, and welcome back to, well, the end of December, and not just the end of December, but the end of the year. So I want to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful new year. Let's hope 2023 is better. Of course, we say that every year, but we'll see what happens. All we can do is just live one day at a time and try our best to enjoy each other's company and family and friends and all the above. And for me, also doing episodes, which I'm going to start cranking out some more episodes here. Because November, December has been pretty tough. You know, I got home from California, Linda was sick, and then I was sick. And then Linda got sick again, and then I relapsed. It was like, oh my gosh. And for a long time, I was working out of the house because they were doing construction on my floor at work. Well, the week after Thanksgiving, we started coming back into the office, but now I'm every other week. So I'm in 1 week, home 1 week. In 1 week, home 1 week. So at the time where I was home all the time, I was able to crank out some more episodes. And maybe on my lunch break, I would try to kind of do a quick little episode and then be able to post it when I'm off work. A little more difficult now that I'm every other week now, but now I'm feeling a lot better because I know that one episode I did, it was like talking. So I feel a lot better now. Obviously, I can talk without coughing. I can actually breathe without coughing, which is nice. Still got a little bit of this up here, but we've had that Arctic storm hit us, and man, it got like 4 degrees here, which is the coldest Knoxville's been in 25 years. So pretty crazy. I mean, we get cold, not that cold. I think last year it got as cold as 19 degrees. That's pretty much the coldest it got here. And we don't even have snow plows because it usually doesn't snow that much. But boy, it actually snowed pretty good. In fact, one day this week, I couldn't even get out of the driveway. I actually had to work out of the house. Luckily, I have my laptop here. I couldn't even get out because our driveway is really sloped. And my car just kept spinning. I mean, Linda had to go to work. I literally had to push her up the driveway and off to work. So it was that because being a nurse, she had to be there. And I'm glad she was able to get to her patient, and who is wonderful. All right, so let's get to the 3. I know, unfortunately, only 3 games I added in December. There has not been much at all. I've been to both McKay's by me, or here in Knoxville and down in Chattanooga a few times. Hardly anything. In fact, one of these I didn't even get from McKay's. So, but here's the first one I'm going to show you is Peep Mots, otherwise known as Little Songbirds. This is a card game with birds. I know, we've never had a bird card game before. This one actually looks pretty cool. I love the way the cards look. They're really, really gorgeous. They're really nice. The game works is very interesting. The cards numbered 1 to 6. There's different birds that are on the cards. And you have a feeder. Now, depending on how many players you have, some players you have 2 feeders, and then there's 3 feeders, depending on how many players you have. Each bird is numbered 1 to 6, and you start off with 1 bird on each side, and you have, I believe, you start off with 4 cards in your hand. I gotta kind of brush up on it because I got it not too long ago. And what you do is you're going to put a numbered card next to that bird that's at the feeder, and say your number is bigger than the one there. Say the number is 4 bird at the feeder, and you put down a 6. You would take that 4 in your possession, you put the 6 up to the feeder, and the difference between the two is 2. 6 and 4 is 2. You have bird seed cards on the top, and the difference is whatever position that seed is for, that's like bonus points at the end of the game. So say there was 4 and 6, okay, I take the 4 card in my possession, the 6 goes to the feeder, and the difference is 2. So the second card up, that's the seed card that I was take. Usually they're 1 or 2 or 3 points, and you put that to the side, and you're going to add those points at the end of the game. So it's a little math involved there. There's a little bit, if you forget a math, you'll be fine. And then you just kind of replenish the seeds. And of course, what's funny is there's actually 2 that you don't want showing up, and that's the crows and the squirrels, because they love to eat the seed as well. So they actually will take points away from you, which is kind of funny. Since I love to feed the crows and squirrels out here with my peanuts I throw out there, so I was kind of laughing. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's squirrels and crows that are bad in this game because they eat the seed. So you don't want them coming up in your, because once you draw one, you put it in the bottom, like the first position of the seed, like the squirrel would go there. And if you end up getting that, well, then you get the squirrel too. You got to read what it says, whether you get to put a bird back or take put seed back or something. It tells you exactly what happens. So those 2 cards you don't want that show up as you're drawing the card. So it's kind of cool. And so that's pretty interesting. I thought it was very interesting. So I figured, why not? So Peep Mots is the first game I wanted to show you. Second one is a version I've wanted for a long time. It's the 90s version of Masterpiece. I finally got a version of this that didn't cost you an arm and a leg for such an old game. The original you can get really cheap, but this version, for some reason, it's more expensive. This I actually finally found at McKay's right here in Knoxville for $6.95. This thing usually goes for 30, 40, 50 bucks on up. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know why. This version, the reason why I really wanted this version is it's plays a little differently. The dollar amounts are a little higher in this one. And there's also a way you can get a second price on some of the paintings. And of course, the easel is the best part of it. You can actually set the little easel and you put your little painting up there, which the original didn't have. So that's pretty cool. So I was really happy when I saw it for $6.95. I went, sold! And I was able to snag it real quick and got it. And it was complete, perfect condition. None of the cards were creased or bent or anything like that. Perfect. And the last game is one I got yesterday. It is a brand new game. Brand new game, 2022. It is by Capstone Games. It is a 2-player only game. I've seen a couple channels have it, and I just fell in love with it. I don't know why. I want that game. Went on Amazon, and I heard it's either sold out or it's not available till January. So I actually went to the actual website, which is capstone-games.com, and got Beer and Bread. This is a brand new game, and in this game you are actually brewing beer and baking bread. But the trick is you're doing both in this game, but you want to try to keep the point levels as same as possible, because what happens is, say you have 30 points for beer, but 20 points for bread, your final points at the end of the game, the 20 points. So that's going to be it's going to be really interesting how you try to balance out how much you make of each, because the lowest one is your final score in the game. And it's great. I think it's a really cool game. I know it's only a 2-player. A lot of you don't like 2-player games. I don't mind 2 players. I usually don't have big groups. At least not yet. I mean, hopefully down the road I will. But I just like the way it looks. I like all the different, you got the little water, and you got, I know you have hops, and you have, I can't think of the other things that are in there. The other ingredients that are in here, I honestly don't remember for the life of me. Oh, well, it doesn't say on here either. You're not helping me out, box. But anyway, there's about 5 or 6 different ingredients that you try to put together in you're making beer and bread. And like I said, and what's really cool is, there's special cards that give you upgrades. You can only hold 9 ingredients at one time, but there's some upgrade cards that allow you to hold a 10th one or even an 11th one. And that's what you're pretty much doing in the game. And of course, if there's a tie, then you go to whatever is the other ingredient you have, and whoever has the highest score on that wins. So that's pretty darn cool. So, very different game, Beer and Bread. I thought for some reason, it just sparked my interest as soon as I saw a video on it, and I'm like, I want that. And so, I know in some areas it's not even out yet, but this I actually went right straight to the source, and I was actually able to get it yesterday in the mail, just in time for this video. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. That is my episode, my year-end episode. And I was actually thinking of maybe having the newer version of Payday and actually doing 12 months with Linda. I'm hoping maybe I can get Linda to try to play a few games this coming year. With her being a nurse, it's pretty tough. I mean, she works 12, 13-hour shifts, 3 to 4 days a week, every other weekend off, so it's a little tough. But I want to try to see if I can try to introduce her to some games. I thought maybe it'd be fun to do 12 months of Payday. Where, okay, here's January's episode, and here's February's episode, and we can actually do 1 month at a time throughout the year and see who wins when it comes to the end of the year in December. I don't know, just a little idea. I don't know if it's dumb or stupid. I don't know, but I thought it'd be kind of fun. Because Payday, those months go really quick. I don't know if you've ever played Payday before. I'm not going to go the original version, because the original versions can be a little technical and stuff. But the newer version, it's a little more upbeat and more fun and not so, this one's a lot more, easier to play. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to do that one. And we'll see how we do. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'll tape a January one, see how it goes. Obviously, it's not going to be fancy like, game night where they have like 6 cameras everywhere. I mean, I'm a one-man band here, so I just have my cell phone over the thing like I usually do. Try to get it as much as I can there. See how it comes out. Comes out good, maybe I'll throw January up there, see what your thoughts are. And then throughout the year, every month, well, okay, here's February's, here's March, and then see who wins after the whole year of Payday. So, Let me know what you think. Maybe it's dumb, stupid, maybe it's cool. I don't know. Just kind of came up with it. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Everyone have a great new year. Be safe out there. And we'll see you in January of 2023.